Number one is that if this war ends and the US did not achieve a regime change or the regime did not collapse, there is going to be a high tendency that Iran will finally build nuclear bomb as fast as possible, including ICBM, ballistic missiles that could reach the US and of course Europe. If the US did not succeed in this war, they have just created a bigger beast than what they have just seen in this war. Fact number two, Israel must now learn to live with the reality that they cannot live and survive in the Middle East having Iran as their enemy. It is time to go on a round table and make terms of peace or for peace. Accepting Iran the way they are, a madman with a loaded gun. These are hard lessons and hard facts that has to be accepted, swallowed like hard pills. Fact number three, no matter the amount of air defense you have, the man who attacks will win, because the best form of defense is attack, not defense. The Middle East is supposed to be ashamed of themselves. The Gulf nations like UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and the rest of them, they are supposed to be ashamed of themselves that they sit down quietly waiting for the US and Israel to take out Iran when they are supposed to have strike capabilities, hoping to catch missiles on the sky. If they shoot 100 missiles at you, you cannot catch the 100. You might catch 80, but you cannot catch the 100. And guess what? The cost of catching one is so expensive that you don't want to catch another one. So the Middle East, the Gulf nations should go and build deterrence capabilities to strike back. That is what protected Turkey. That is why Iran could not attack Turkey. They know what Turkey can do. They know what Turkey is capable of. So they would not go there. No matter how crazy Iran want to be, Iran will not attack Turkey. Turkey holds what they are afraid of. Turkey holds the US nuclear bomb, and Turkey does not think just like them. Turkey is just like a madman with a loaded gun too. So they will not attack them. Fact number three, number four, where are we? China does not have air defense system. What they have is iron condemn that should be sold to Aboki so that they can scale it and pay them. Fact number five, Russia has learned the style of US war. Use your friend to fight your enemy. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So they leverage on that saying that the enemy of my enemy is my friend. They stick closer to Iran and use Iran to fight US. And now the US has forcefully lifted oil sanctions against them. Achieved, clear. So Russia will repeat this thing. A precedent has been created and they will repeat it. Another fact that has been established from this war, the Gulf nations will now have to stand up and be independent. They will find a way now to defend themselves and to be strong on their own and be capable of defending themselves without the help of the US. So they will no longer be following US like, the way they used to do. They will no longer worship the US like that again. Another fact, I don't know if it's number 6, is that strike groups, those aircraft carriers, those big aircraft carriers, is not enough to win a war. There is more to it. Then another fact that has been established in this war is that Iran can now project themselves as a world power. The day Iran will lay their hands on a nuclear weapon, they will project themselves as a world power, because Iran can now control what happens globally to the global economy. They can now sanction the whole world. Iran can wake up tomorrow and say they are closing the Strait of Hormuz. They have known this before, but they didn't know it was this effective until now. So they now know that they now know what they are capable of, and they now know that they can even defend it. So that fact has been established.